What?
Are you there?
Yeah. What do you want?
That's funny.
What? I didn't think it was that funny.
Jesus, sack.
What?
That's okay with me.
Well, it makes perfect sense to me, too.
And I went out of here like a couple of rats leaving a sinking ship. Boy, I'm romantic this is.
Hey, how much do you eat every day?
You've got to be nuts.
Can you eat like 3 cheeseburgers at once?
Really?
Would you like 3 cheeseburgers?
Why am I wasting my time with an ignorant son of a bitch like that?
Have you been a bad boy? Let us discipline you. Just 99 cents per minute on your MasterCard or Visa. Enter the deep, dark recesses of the back room. Talk live with other slaves and masters in our dungeon of discipline. Do it now.
The stars are coming out. Look up in the brassy sky, and there they are like gloomy pocket change. You bet on something you wish you had 10,000 to bet on. Something where the odds are good. Betting all those stars you don't win, not even $1. And there is a movie and another movie. At least she is not ugly, really. And she shares, you know. Or if something wrong happens, you know she will. You are asking me now if this is the whole world, and I am saying it is. Check your own eyes. Doesn't it hurt looking down the sidewalk at night? If that mountain falls on me, it's going to fall on you, too. And the cops squashed in their cars, gurgling into their dead microphones, an ocean of mud.
Yes, I tried something, and I, believe it or not, it worked. But I don't know if it's dangerous or whatever, but I put a nitro patch on my penis, and it pumped it up.
I had kind of a bad itch, and I thought maybe the extra would help a little bit more.
That a lot of these women who are stuck in these situations are stuck there because they were married at one time, and the man has taken off and doesn't pay his child support.
And that's the man's problem. But let me tell you,
well, how do you intend to take care of the man? How do you intend to make the man pay his child support?
Let me answer that. I didn't have time to read the newspaper because I'm working 10 hours.
Well, then you know what? How about this? If you don't have time to read the newspaper, then you don't have time to be informed, then I would suggest you not call up and not make statements that you can't back up that appear to make you look a tad bit ignorant.
Oh,
because you're operating on the premise that teenage girls are getting... I didn't call you anything.
Come on.
I didn't call you anything.
Call me a brainstem. I want to hear it.
You know what? I don't have time for it. You're self-centered, and you make your own statements, and you dig your own grave, and I'm not going to call you a brainstem.
How dumb can you get?
Hey, Lester, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your teeth are?
No.
You're not the manager. You're a kick it in the crutch.
Yeah, you know...
Did you say your name was Rick or Dick?
Rick.
Oh, I thought it was Dick.
No.
Oh, it's Rick. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's Rick. That's pretty infantile.
You ought to know.
You're speaking, we love Princess Diana.
Yeah.
You know, I count me out on that one.
Okay, good. I will then. Thank you. He said count me out.
Yeah, so that... At least he gets to that.
So I counted him out.
Well, there he goes again.
Is it true that Steve and Johnny's audience considers great sex a warm tube of preparation 8?
Rubbish.
Jay Marvin. 1010 WLS Talk Radio, 890 AM. Jay Marvin, your resident bipolar manic depressive on the program. The questions, conventional wisdom and authority, under-supported, under-recognized, under-known, but still hanging in with tough love talk for recovering Republicans. Yes, Tony the K at the control.
How about it?
And here he is, everybody's wild cuckoo. He made a real impression on Princess Di with his chiffon outfit. Our WLS fashion coordinator and correspondent, G. What's up, G?
Hey.
She was very impressed with what you had on today. See her off to the airport.
She's a lovely lady.
Yeah, and you know what? after last night's dissing of the royal family over News Radio London at about 12:35 in the morning. They're calling again tonight.
Oh, they are. Oh, she's gone. She's home.
I know. They want more. Unbelievable. So now...
Can't get enough of it. See,
I mean, how many different names can you call one guy?
The thing is, see, they can't do it. So they love it when other people can call up and just diss the royal family.
Yeah, you want to know about that, Grant, about not being able to do it and loving it when other people do it? I am so tempted tonight. By the way, this hour is being brought to you by I'm All Consulting, the only choice for Internet consulting. I am so tempted to talk about Newt Gingrich tonight, man. Did you hear what he said?
You're going to have to fill me in on
Oh, about Ron Brown, that he alleges now that he and that rag, the American Spectator, alleged that Ron Brown, that the Commerce Department employees under Ron Brown were shredding documents on the day the plane crashed. I mean, the guy's dead. Now, you know, people call up here, you Republicans, you call up here all the time. We're not the party of hate. We're not the party of meanness. You shouldn't be shouting and you shouldn't be hateful, Jay. And, yeah, you are. You are the party of pettiness. You are. You are. 591-8900, area code 312. 847-708-591-8900 to the phones. WLS. WLS.
Jake,
Yeah.
I heard that the Steve and Johnny audience think that the equivalent to great sex is a dry to pin.
We'll give it to him. We'll give it to him for trying. WLS.
I'd like to see my shot fired from a gig. Rather shot, you lose some weight, you fat as pig. Hitler is your man. When the Reds are having enough days, are you hanging with the Klan?
Whoa!
I'd like to touch March's Hooters. I bet they said we're low.
WLS.
Hello, Jay. This is Bullwinkle Moose.
Hi, Bullwinkle.
Jay, where do flatheads that grind their two teeth together come from?
I don't know, where?
Nashville. Get it?
That darn moose.
WLS.
You know, Bob Dole's so old, he's got so many wrinkles, he's got to screw his underwear on.
He will be the president. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Have you seen those ads that are running paid for by the Illinois Republican Party?
Yeah,
Boy, he's trotting out that war wound, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
A picture of emaciated Bob Dole laying in the, in the bed. Oh, please, get out already. WLS?
Yes. I'd like to say a joke.
No. WLS?
Eddie Schwartz is so fat he put on a raincoat and looks like a slow-moving bus.
WLS?
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to think that Steve and Johnny over at GN have Munchausen by proxy disease.
Why's that?
Well, what else would explain their fascination for orangutan rear ends?
Yeah, that's true. You know, that Baron von Munchausen by proxy disease is making its way around the city. You know that, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
I've had it now for a couple of weeks, and I'm trying my best to pass it on to you and Tony.
Didn't know it was contagious.
WLS. Yes. Yes. Walk out on me.
Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing at the key. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a
See, doesn't that make you kind of sad?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
gonna try with
Never again will the music be so good. Never again will the sex be so free.
Thank goodness Paul McCartney still has a solo career.
Wow!
His little baby was short and short.
Yeah.
His little baby was short and short. Short and short. And his little baby was short and short.
Thank you!
You're welcome.
Paul McCartney does not have a solo career. WLS. WLS. WLS.
Blazing Saddles.
Yes.
Smoking.
WLS.
Good evening, this is Eddie. I just had a bean sandwich.
WLS.
Come, can you guess?
Yo.
Grant,
Yeah.
you ever seen Davy Jones naked?
See.
Smoking.
Well, how about it, Grandma? How about it, Grandma?
No.
How about
it? No.
Yeah. WLS.
You're listening to WGOP, where Gingrich over pontificates.
I'll agree with that.
Smoking.
WLS.
He's not.
WLS.
You moron. You're no good. You're making more money now than you ever made in your life, and all you want to do is lie on your back and smoke cigars and bet on horses and look at naked women.
All right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Smoking.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with that.
No. WLS.
Once again, why did Bob Dole quit the Senate?
I don't know. Why did he?
He ran out of shuffleboard partners.
Yeah.
Smoking.
Couldn't quite get Strom Thurmond. No. No. No.
Smoking.
No. I took it out.
Yes.
I took it out. Hey, WLS in Chicago Life. That's right. There's, the magazine Chicago Life.
Yeah.
There's an article on us in the Chicago Life magazine on the newsstands now.
On the radio station.
Yeah. On WLS. Pick up your copy at a newsstand. Borders Books, Barnes, Noble, in boxes along Michigan Avenue, LaSalle Street. The issue will also be included as supplement in this Sunday's June 9th issue of the New York Times.
Wow.
And you'll be happy to know that I get a whole, 2 lines with the whole thing.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
A picture?
No. Yes, my picture's in there with everybody else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Don and Roma get the most stink, I guess. So does Catherine. I get the least. Natural. Yeah, sure. You wish, pal. You're not concerned with everyone. You're only concerned with yourself. But the picture's kind of nice. If you have never seen... I'll tell you who looks good in the picture.
Yeah.
Who looks dynamite is Roma.
Oh, yeah.
Roma and Catherine both look pretty good in that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Tony, don't go pick the copy of the magazine up and start looking at Roma. Pay attention to the show. Now, pay attention to the show. Stop gawking at the women who work here. Just pay attention. I immediately say that there's a good-looking picture of Roma, and immediately what happens? He goes over and starts to look. She looks marvelous. And Catherine looks great.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody there looks good, and except me. But you can't really see me because I'm in the background. So you can't
it's a group shot. It's a
No, it's a single shot. Takes up... Yeah, of course it's a group shot.
Okay.
WLS.
Holy cow, that's really bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, celebrity voice impersonated Harry Carey. Harry!
Who's that person that says hello at 6?
I don't know.
It sounds like chip shorts on estrogen.
Smoking.
WLS.
Woke up,
Got out of bed. Ran a comb across my head. Oh, yeah.
Found my way downstairs and drank a cup. And looking up, I noticed I was late.
Oh, boy, that just bums me. Doesn't it bum you?
Smoking.
WLS.
Eddie Schwartz is so fat he makes Carney Wilson look like a mouse.
WLS.
A-U-R-A-P-P-I-G, pig. With
That's funny, yeah.
That's funny. Gee, I got a sampler or a voice box I got one for my birthday, and now I called the radio station, and I try to be funny. WLS.
Grandma. Oh, Grandma.
Grant, do you know this person?
I have no idea who
That's
this is.
the spot. Oh, Grant, that's a wooden leg. Oh, Grant, I'm getting splinters.
Smoking.
WLS. Three's Company. Give me a break. WLS.
Jack Tripper, my hero.
And speaking of Princess Di and galas, Jay, Rob X is the kind of a guy that puts the gay in gala.
Oh, no.
I don't have any idea what he was talking about.
No.
WLS.
Milt Rosenberg interviewed Ralph Reed tonight. Now I know there's a hell.
1021 WLS, dependable weather and traffic. Here's G.
Cloudy with scattered showers and thunderstorms overnight. Lows in the mid to upper 50s. Cloudy and cooler tomorrow with a 40% chance of showers. High in the low to mid 60s. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low in the lower 50s. And Saturday, partly sunny with a high around 70, but cooler by the lake. 60 at O'Hare, 69 at Midway, 67 in DuPage County, 58 along the lakefront, and the humidity is 100%. Road work on the inbound side of the Kennedy at Madison. The inbound Ryan heavy into the Kennedy. Not too bad, though. The outbound Kennedy time out to the airport at about 22 minutes. Now, there is road work inbound at the same spot, Madison. Road work set up there in the right lane. No full lane stops scheduled. That's good news. That would happen later if they were going to do it, but again, it's not scheduled, and that should keep traffic flowing through there. If you're making your way on the Ryan heading inbound, local lanes 51st to 43rd, a left lane block with road work there till 5 a.m. Overall, no...
1969, okay. Walk across the USA. It's another year for me and you. Another year with nothing to do.
The overall, there is no long delays on the expressways, either road work to... Yeah.
Hang on there, Grandma.
Uh-huh.
I ain't a crook, Shazam!
The reason Grand Park hasn't been to the Bijou lately is that the male strippers don't have enough body hair for him.
No, I give him that one. That was funny. This report brought to you by Cellular One.
LJ? LJ?
Yeah?
I'm calling on behalf of that poor fella from Hanover Park, Tom.
Yes?
You guys shouldn't pick on him. It ain't his fault he started in Deliverance playing the banjo on that porch.
Sweet!
Sign up with Cellular One now and get a free...
Is that a roll of quarters in your pocket, or are you just happy to hear me?
Actually, you know, I don't even have any change.
Yeah, that's typical.
Oh, I get it. I know it.
You didn't get it? Hello?
All right. I understand.
I love you. I don't know what I would do without you.
Grant. Professional, non-surgical vacuum pumps. Gauge 1 to 3 inches. Permanent, safe, free brochures.
Sign up with Cellular One now. Get a free phone and 50% off your monthly service for 6 months. Call 1-800-CELL1, the wireless phone company. All right. Diana, can I have this dance?
No, I'll tell you what. We play this, we can get better numbers than WJJD ever got.
Watch out.
Oh, Zep! All right, what does this make you think of?
Makes me think of when I worked at an album rock station, and we used to play Zeppelin like every hour.
Tony says it makes him think of his prom. What prom? You never went to the prom? You did? Did you have a date? Oh, I was under the impression you danced with yourself.
Exciting and new. I'm aboard.
Yeah, you know what? What's his name? Ted Lange is doing these days, don't you?
What's that?
He's on the Kenny Kingston Psychic Hotline show.
And I miss Charo. Where are you, Charo? Where are you?
The contestants are entering the studio for Radio Jeopardy! First, it's Steve Dahl. Second, it's Eddie Schwartz. And last and least, it's Steve and Johnny. It takes both of them to make up one person.
Smoking.
Hello, Jay. Ron here.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we've had some calls tonight, but this is a very serious call. May I introduce to you one of the greatest presidents this country has ever known, Ronald Wilson Reagan. Sir.
That's very kind of you, sir. I heard you had Princess Di in your country.
Yes.
That reminds me of a very funny anecdote with Mrs. Reagan when we were in Buckingham Palace.
Really?
Yes, we were introduced to the Queen. They go, this is the Queen Mother. Then we were introduced to Prince Charles. This is the mother of all queens.
Be quiet. Got that right.
Wow, what a whirlwind weekend. Join us for a fantastic Friday morning in the Breakfast Diner, Don Wade and Roma.
Move over, Kathy Lee Gifford Sweatshop. Here comes Michael Jordan's Nike abuse of 11-year-olds. Will it stick? Airlines now offer coffee, tea, and handcuffs. And imagine Ross Perot as a romantic suitor.
Set your little clock radio for your favorite friends to wake up with. Oops, that was a preposition. Don Wade and Roma, WLS Talk Radio 890 AM.
Hey, what's cooking?
Well, pretty much everything. You see, my freezer broke.
Good timing.
Yeah.
Right now, everything's on sale at Sears Brand Central.
Everything?
Yep. Through Saturday, get great savings on all appliances, electronics, and computers, including top-name brands like GE, Whirlpool, Sony, RCA, Panasonic, Packard Bell, and more. It's all on sale.
So if I hurry, maybe I can pick up a new freezer before the rest of this food thaws.
Sure.
Oh, that's great. You want a hamburger?
Well, no,
How about some chicken?
No, not really.
Oh,
I'm not. Sale ends Saturday at Sears Brand Central. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Have something to eat, please.
Where do you get savings on top-quality paint in all the latest colors for your home?
Where to get it? Where to get it?
At Sherwin-Williams. During our Color America sale, you'll save on the best paint money can buy.
Where to get it?
Save $5 a gallon on Super Paint Exterior Flats. Save over $4 a gallon on Everclean. And save up to 64% on all our borders.
Where to get it? Where to get it?
For the best in paint and wallpaper, come to
Sherwin-Williams. Where to get it?
There's new excitement and new savings everywhere at the all-new Buyers Flea Market. The outdoor expansion is open, and you'll find more bargains, more parking, and a bigger selection of new and used merchandise than ever before. There's entertainment and free raffle prizes every weekend. And now, the more you shop, the more you save, and the better your chances of winning. Ask your dealers for your free raffle tickets with every purchase. Save up to 50% on TVs and stereos, VCRs, records and safes, toys, furniture, clothing, shoes and boots, hardware, housewares, weightlifting gear, jewelry, plants, produce, and much, much more. There's plenty of free on-premise parking, or take CTA buses to the door. The huge indoor-outdoor Buyers Flea Market is open year-round, every Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. at 4545 West Division Street, 2 blocks east of Cicero Avenue.
Well, here at Stars, we're putting more exclusive first-run theatrical movies on at prime time than any other movie channel. Movies like Apollo 13.
Houston, we have a problem.
So chances are when you want to watch a good movie, there will be a good movie on to watch, and not toxic. We're Stars, a better movie channel. To order, call your local cable company, or 1-800-DIRECTV, or 1-800-PRIME-STAR.
Stars is a multiplex service of Encore.
Been a bad boy? Let us discipline you. Just 99 cents per minute on your MasterCard or Visa. Enter the deep, dark recesses of the back room. Talk live with other slaves and masters in our dungeon of discipline. Do it now.
Reach out and touch us at 312-591-8900 or fax us on the WLS IDT Internet fax line 312-984-5283. WLS Talk Radio 890 AM.
Jay Marvin, just the opposition and not the enemy. Shake, rattle, but don't drop. Hey, all you Dr. Laura fans, here's your chance to meet Dr. Laura in person and have her sign your personal copies of her book. This Monday, June the 10th, Dr. Laura will be at Borders Books, Clark, and Diversity, 7 p.m. Also, Dr. Laura will take your calls when she joins John and Roma Monday at 8 a.m. Take on the day with WLS Talk Radio 890 a.m. What, Tony? I shouldn't have read that? Is that what you're saying? All right. 591-8900, area code 312-708 or 847. And the Cellular One users dial star 890. And if you see John Guido today, be sure to tell him to have a good day from his friends here at WLS. I've really longed for a long time to do this topic. I've really, really wanted to do this. I guess tonight kind of lends an opportunity to do it. Although, we really don't have any idea if this will work or not. And I know that in talking about this, I've been a part of this whole thing, so I guess maybe this is an indictment of me as well as other people, or at least I'm criticizing myself, or maybe you might want to call up and you might want to allege that I'm being a little bit hypocritical here in bringing this story up. But it does disturb me. It bothers me. And I think about it sometimes, and we walk a fine line. You know, the thing is here on this radio station, sometimes you can't really... Last night was a rare event. The last two nights on this show have been really rare. And let me explain. If you haven't been here, you've really missed, because the last two nights, first of all, we had a very caring and a very open and a very frank and a very disturbing discussion of teen suicide. Last night, we were able to do something that I wish we could do every single night. And it's not really in my job description to do this every single night, but I wish we could do it every single night. We just, last night, had fun. And we had a few people call up and discuss some very, very tough issues. And a lot of people did not discuss tough issues, and we just kind of had a free-for-all last night. But it was good, because we all got along. And it was great, and we didn't have to argue over anything. And sometimes you have to be negative. You have to be critical in order to get a conversation started. Because that's what we do. We take things that are going on and we critically examine them. And sometimes those critical examinations are tough. They're tough to go through, because what really is happening is you really don't want to sit there and you really don't want to have to get emotional with somebody. You really don't have to get angry. And there are some things that I think that you don't think, that I'll never convince you otherwise. For instance, as I said before we started the shootout, diehard Republicans will always tell me that the Republican Party is not the party of hate, not the party of meanness, not the party of negativeness, not the party of divisiveness. I hear this all the time. We've had shows on this before. And here we have Newt Gingrich making these statements about Ron Brown. Good Lord, the guy's dead. Okay? The guy's dead. I mean, what's the point in that? I mean, is it that important to get a majority in the House of Representatives? Is it that important to get a majority in the Senate? Is it that important to get Bob Dole elected that you got to resort to that? That you got to resort to making those kinds of statements and accusations about the Department of Commerce employees and about Ron Brown? It's just there's no stopping. There is no stopping some people. And Newt Gingrich, you know, you wonder why. I mean, I wonder if Newt sits back and he thinks to himself, gee, you know, the polls show that 75% of Americans don't like me. Well, I wonder why. I mean, Ron Brown is not an issue anymore. He's gone. It's over. And I don't know about you, but it makes me sick. I sent him an angry email today. I said, you know, you have no family values. You have no values at all. Why don't you do us a favor and either step down or shut up? Because enough is enough already from you. Now, I know the phones will light up and people will say, well, wait a minute, I'm a Republican and I don't think we're really that way and blah, 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 blah. But, you know, you keep saying that you're a Republican. You keep alibying it. You keep saying that it isn't so. And yet these statements keep being made all the time. That's what I don't get. You know, Bill Clinton is a liar. Bill Clinton is disingenuous. Bill Clinton is Bill Clinton lacks character. All of those things Bill Clinton lacks, okay? But Bob Dole isn't any better. The GOP presidential nominee-to-be is offering words of conciliation to both sides of the abortion debate. Dole is vowing to maintain the Republican Party's anti-abortion principle, but he says he also wants the GOP platform to include what's termed a declaration of tolerance, recognizing those who favor abortion rights. What he's really saying here is that what he wants is he wants his cake and he wants to eat it too with that bad arm. In other words, he wants those of you that are against abortion to remain part of the party and vote for him. And those of you that are pro-choice, don't be scared off. Uncle Bobby's not mad at you. Grandpa Bobby is not mad at you. The corpse isn't angry at you. The corpse wants you to be part of the process and be part of the Republican Party. This is not being sincere. This is not telling the truth. This is being just as bad as Bill Clinton. But the phones will ring, and people will say, no, he's worse, he's worse, he's worse. And all of this, and it's constant, this constant grinding of negativeness and divisiveness. And I'm part of that too, okay? I'm not going to separate myself from these statements, and I'm not going to say that I'm not part of it, because I am part of it too. I do it too. I'm cynical, and I'm slow to recognize positive things, and I hate both parties, and I don't see any choice at the ballot box, and I resent some things that, I'm part of it too, you know. I get into it with people. I'll call them brain stems. I'll do all of these things. I'm part of it too. It's like this whole Michael Jordan sweatshop thing. You know, suddenly now, because of Kathy Lee Gifford and Michael Jordan, suddenly now this whole sweatshop thing is an issue. The press is running with it. We're doing talk shows on it, the whole thing. What? This has been going on for years. It's been going on for years. For years it's been going on. Nobody ever cared. Nobody gave a damn. Nobody cared. Now all of a sudden we care? Why? Why do we all of a sudden care now? Because the media makes it an issue? Because talk shows talk about it? Now all of a sudden it's something? It's been going on for years. And it would seem to me that some of you Republicans out there, some of you extreme right-wingers out there would love this. What do you give a damn if some Guatemalan child works 16, 20, 25, 28, 30 hours a day or something for 2 or 3 cents a day? What do you care? This country historically has never cared about third world people, has never cared about their working conditions, and has never cared about what happens to them. And, of course, the biggest example of that in our hemisphere is what went on in Cuba. What do you think how do you think Fidel Castro came to power? You think that he just came to power because he walked out of the mountains with a gun and Fulgencio Batista ran? It was because the people of Cuba were sick of working for the United Fruit Company for 5 cents a day. And the United States didn't care about social justice. It didn't care about it then. It doesn't care about it now. I realize what I'm saying are all of these things are strings of negative statements on my part. And in reality, what I'd like to do is I'd like to get together here with you every night at 10 o'clock, and I'd like to find a way to be able to have some social consciousness, to have a point of disagreement with you, but also to laugh and to be able to say, hey, man, it's okay. But these are things that I bitterly, bitterly feel, that I dislike about where I live. And it's like the jerk who calls me up here a couple of weeks ago and says, what about the kids in Bangladesh? What about the kids here? What about the kids there? I don't have any input as to what happens to those children. What I do have is I do have input as to what the American government's attitude is. Because I'm a taxpayer, and so are you, and we do, and we have input, and we should have input, and if we don't, we have a problem. And now the big sweatshop thing is a big issue. Well, you know, what am I working up to here? I'll tell you what I'm working up to here. What I'm working up to here is that I'm going to be open, and I'm going to be truthful with you, and I'm going to tell you what I think and what I feel, even if you don't like it, and I'm going to tell you that I'm very torn about a story that came across the wire last night. Because on one hand, I have no love at all. I have no respect or regard at all for the extreme Christian right in this country. None. As a matter of fact, there's a group, I think it's called the Alliance for something, I can't remember anyway, it came in the mail today, which is gearing up to fight Ralph Reed, Pat Robertson, Jerry Falwell, and other extreme religious right individuals and organizations. And Mary and I sent them some money. I have no respect for them at all. I have no respect for Pat Robertson at all. I don't like Pat Robertson one bit. I don't like Ralph Reed. I don't like any of those people. But I said to Tony last night, I said, you know, in not liking any of those people and in not understanding why some Christians cannot see how mean and spiteful and vicious and intolerant they are sometimes towards people of other religions, and other avenues of thought, I myself get caught up in that. Because I show just as much intolerance, but you know what? I don't know how to deal with it. But I worry that Christians are not getting a fair shake in the media and are being unfairly labeled by the actions of a few and are not treated with much respect. And that's not right either. Now, as a youngster growing up Jewish in this country, I've had the Christian religion shoved down my throat almost every day since I could begin to speak, hear English, up until now. 44. 43, soon to be 44. I'm still getting it. I'm still getting it. And the message is always the same. My way is the only way. My way is the only way. Your way is the wrong way. And I don't understand that. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand why it has to be that way. But in the same respect, I don't want to be like the people who I most loathe. And I know that I've gotten on the radio. I know that I've gotten on here on WLS. And I know I've said terrible things. I know I've told callers I am the Antichrist. I know that I have said that my phone number is 666. I know I've done all of these things. I've done them out of emotion. I've done them out of anger. But it's not right. And it's just as bad as those who would call and act as if their way is the only way, and if I don't follow their way, then I'm going to hell. They can't make that determination. Nobody can. But God. And this story that I'm talking about happened in Moline. Vandals smeared blood throughout the Salem Lutheran Church and destroyed everything from religious paintings to personal computers, leaving church members feeling violated. And this happened yesterday. There's some things missing, but I think it's minor compared to the sheer senselessness of the vandalism that took place. This is according to the congregation president. We feel very much violated. Some damage could be seen through a window in the church library. A computer lay upside down on the floor, surrounded by scattered papers. The shattered glass from a display case containing confirmation photos littered the floor. A large cabinet smeared with blood lay on its back. The church sound system and religious objects have been stacked as if to be stolen. And Lindell said a guitar, amplifier, and handbells are missing. Lieutenant Steve Brockway said that this suggests an amateur burglary that got out of hand, although police have no suspects. I don't believe this is the target of true Satanists because they wouldn't be interested in a burglary, Brockway said. I think we have some kids who dabble in this and went overboard. Police said the vandal or vandals scrawled Satan and a satanic symbol on the wall and a crayon Monday night. They smeared what seems to be blood, perhaps from a cut incurred while breaking in around the church, which has about 550 members. Lindell said members were relieved that the church sanctuary was at least damaged, the least damaged part of the building. Now, this is not right. And I sometimes think that the consequences of open criticism of Christianity by myself and maybe others leads and does give some kids to do these kinds of things. And I don't think it's right. I don't think attacking a church is right. I don't think attacking a synagogue is right. I don't think attacking a mosque is right. And I don't understand why. I do not understand why. And I've asked this question a million times on the radio, and I'll probably never get an answer, but I don't understand why we just can't all be secure in our personal relationship with God, whether God is God for you or whether God is Allah or God is Jesus or whoever God is. Why can't we be secure in that? Why can't we teach our children to respect every point of every religious viewpoint? Why can't we just be secure? Why do we have to have this ongoing friction all the time? Why do we have to have this ongoing... Why do we have to act as if other groups of people other groups of other religions are either satanic, are evil, are wrong. For instance, I don't understand what the case is against the Jews. I do not understand what the case is against the Jews. I don't understand what the case is against the Jews with Jews and Christians. I don't understand what the case is with Jews and blacks. I don't understand what the case is with Jews. I don't know. Why are some people hung up about people who are Jewish? I don't understand it. And, you know, the biggest thing is that I see about religion that really I find to be amazing is that churches are very, very segregated, aren't they? And that Christian is a whole tent or a whole gigantic building full of people. And yet nobody can sit down. In other words, we don't have one religion that represents Christianity. We have many, and they can't get along and they fight. Why? Why can't we accept Islam? Why is that always under attack? I just don't understand. All right, let me rephrase that. I do understand, but you know what? I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for anybody else. I understand with me. With me, you know what it is with me? I've been told I'm wrong for so long that at some point, I think when I was about 16 or 17, I decided that I'd had enough and that I was going to start fighting back. And that I'm sick and tired of getting the Bible verses in the mail. And I'm sick and tired of having Christians proselytizing to me all the time. That their way is the only way. And that if you don't come to the Lord and you don't accept Jesus as your Savior, that you're going to die in a fiery death of some sort or another, or that you're going to go to hell or whatever. I just reject it, and I'm tired of it. And what happens is that reason slips into emotion when I get an extremely religious caller on the line, and I get angry. And I guess in striking out at that caller, I guess I'm striking out at every Christian that's ever put that down my pipe and tried to make me chew it or choke on it or whatever. And I really, and what I'd really like to do is I'd like to get Cardinal Bernardine on here. I would like to get a rabbi on here. I would like to get somebody from Islam on here. And I'd like to just have a roundtable discussion about why we can't have or achieve, or how do we achieve religious tolerance and realize that we're all trying to go, or we should all try to go to the same place, and that there's many routes to get to the same place. I mean, look, pick a location. Clark and Diversey to see Dr. Loris, 7 p.m., okay? There's at least 4 or 5 different ways to get there. Do we all have to go there the same way? Now, maybe there's some deeply religious people out there listening. Maybe there's some theologians listening who can hop on the phones here and explain to me why we can't have religious tolerance. That's the question I want to know. And I want to know, are we degenerating now to the point where kids are going in and breaking in? I mean, churches are under attack in this country. Why is that? What is happening here? Am I part of that? Am I fostering part of that attitude? I don't know. But if I'm fostering part of that attitude, how in the hell do I stand up and say to the Ralph Reeds of the world and the Pat Robertsons of the world, hey, screw off because you're wrong? 591-8900, 591-8900, area code 312-708-847, or dial star or punch up star 890 if you're a Cellular One user. I'll take your calls. We'll lead it off with Steve in Lincoln Park. I'll take your calls on religious tolerance and why we can't get along coming up here on WLS. And I don't know, Grandma, why don't you got any ideas on this, why we can't get along?
Oh, boy, that's, I think, we've been fighting that question for the longest time. It's probably the one question that's hard to come up with an answer.
I don't know. It makes everything else seem trivial.
Yeah.
I just want to explore people's anger towards other religions, I guess, tonight. I mean, I'm willing to explore my own anger towards Christianity. I'd like to get some other people's opinions about their anger towards other religions and what it's based on. Mine's based on simply just being preached to all the time. I want to see what everybody else's is. WLS Dependable Weather and Traffic. Here's G-Ma.
Well, scattered showers and thunderstorms for the overnight, lows in the mid to upper 50s. While for tomorrow, cloudy skies, cooler temperatures with a 40% chance of showers and highs in the low to mid 60s. Friday night, partly cloudy, low in the lower 50s, and partly sunny Saturday, high around 70. 60 at O'Hare, 69 Midway, 67 in DuPage, 58 along the lake, The humidity is 100%. Well, despite the roadwork set up on the Kennedy Expressway at Madison, now just the right lane is blocked in both directions, and it's not going to change. Kind of a surprise. They usually make the Kennedy very thin there around Madison. We've seen this work nightly now for a couple of weeks, but tonight, just the right lane closed each way around Madison and no full lane stops. Now, outbound...
Because